everybody, and welcome to Alternative Streams of Income from Business to the Kitchen with Chef Amadeus. Chef Amadeus is a longtime friend of USPCA. He's the winner of Food Network's Extreme Chef Mexican Showdown, founding member of American Culinary Mid-Florida East Coast Chapter, past president of American Culinary Federation First Coast Chapter. He's a reoccurring guest on the Lowdown with James Yon and creator of Southern Passion Spices, a salt-free line of spices. Chef was born and raised in Jacksonville, Florida. He grew up cooking with his mother, who's from Puerto Rico. He was also a shipmate. Go Navy.
Go Navy.
I'm going to turn it over to Chef Amadeus, and I'll be watching the Q&As. We're going to take and answer questions at certain stopping points in the topics this evening. So if you have questions, please go ahead and put them in the Q&A, and we will get them answered when we get to certain stopping points. Take it away, Chef. I'm going to go dark.
Oh, thank you very much. So I want to thank everybody for joining us today. We want to make sure that this is a informative conversation. So the first thing I want to talk about is, when this pandemic hit, it hit everybody, and it hit you suddenly across the country. So it wasn't like Florida got hit and then Boston, everybody got hit at the same time. And everyone went to scrambling to figure out what to do, how to maintain that income. And so one of the things that has popped up is the one thing you have to do is be productive and relevant at the same time. And what that means is you're now, since you can't go to someone's home and cook for them, or like in my case, all my personal appearances just got shut down. So I needed to come up with a way to still be productive and relevant in my same space and move into other spaces. And so what I started doing was I had to reassess on and rethink what I was doing. So I was going to everybody's homes and cooking for them and doing consultations with restaurants and chefs and caterers and everything like that. So I had to shift over and do it virtually. And when I started doing virtually, not only did that help with staying relevant in my clients and in the service world, but it also helped me start building that income, that stream of income. Because since the pandemic, I have my own line of spices. Since the pandemic, my spice sales have gone up 32%. And the reason they've gone up is doing virtual cooking classes. And the way that I got people to do virtual cooking classes was I tell them, if you purchase my spices, I'll give you a cooking session on how to use my spices. People jumped on that left and right. And what were they asking about? They're not used to being at home 7 days a week, cooking 3 meals a day, being a gym teacher, being a cafeteria lady, and teaching classes and working, taking care of the husband, taking care of the wife, and the family things. So I started getting my spices in their hands and go through their pantry virtually and say, here's how you cook for your week without cooking every day. Give them that quick, simple, in and out, in and out. You're being productive and you're being relevant in their life. And when you are relevant in someone's life in a positive way, they're going to go tell other people. So now I have other people telling other people, hey, this chef does this, and all you have to do is buy his spices. You buy his spices, he'll do a virtual cooking class with you, walk you through the cabinets and the whole 9 yards. That's one way to stay very, very relevant. The other thing that helps you stay relevant is your knowledge. So with your knowledge, people were paying you to cook for them. Now they want to pay you for your knowledge on how to cook. how to cook for them, how to cook for their families, quick, simple ways to do things. And if you break down what the personal chefs do to get the food from point A to point B, you can start doing classes just on that. So all my Southern chefs, the hurricane area, what I've started doing is I started doing classes on using your vacuum sealer to get ready for hurricane season. It's coming up. So you teach them how to do. Now you constantly staying relevant in their life. The other thing that I'm working on right now is I have a lot of people that want to do outdoor cooking. So I do that class as well. Everything is virtual. That's what's going to get you that productive. You're being productive by coming up with new ideas and being relevant by being in their lives. And once you're in their life on a good way, they're going to spread the word about it. Think about what you're doing and dissect it and make a class, a virtual class for that to stay relevant. Because if you think about this, the more that you're in their lives and you break each piece what you do and how they should do this, what's going to be very relevant is when this is over, they're going to be calling you like, okay, you can come cook for me now because I'm done. I'm tired. I'm not used to cooking these 7 days a week, 3 meals a day and all this good stuff. So as long as you stay, in their life relevantly, when this is over, they're going to bring you back full time, and other people, you're going to pick up other clients because you're so nice to those people there. So that's being productive and being very, very, very relevant. Keep up with the trends, and the best way to keep up with trends is collaborating with your other chefs and organizations. So that's my portion on being productive and relevant. Anybody have any questions?
Questions, anybody? Either type them or raise your hand. I'm open to either way. Very quiet.
Okay.
No questions? Okay.
No questions?
I guess we're moving along.
All righty then. So the next part of this is about collaboration and education, continued education. So your collaborations, I collaborate with chefs. I collaborate with other organizations that need to be relevant. So I do cooking classes with the USO and a nonprofit, and I'm on their board. So what that does is, this is another part of staying relevant. When you partner with them, you do live videos I go to their pantry, whatever they have in their pantry, and do this small, quick little dinner for like 4 people. And we do it on Facebook and Instagram. And what that does is it puts your face in front of everybody. Okay? People that you know, people you don't know. Because when you post that you're going to be doing a demo at 11 o'clock on Wednesday, everybody on your page is going to be focused on it. Everybody's on the nonprofit's page is going to be on it and focused on it. And what that does is now you're blending your passion and your cooking in front of your old people and new people at the same time. Okay? And what I do is when people are watching, I make sure that they share the video and I give them something for sharing. So we'll tell them, hey, when you share this video, you can win a prize. You get a set of my spices. But for you chefs that don't have a product like spices or anything, you can say, you know what, if you share this video, you'll get a private virtual cooking class. And think about that. If you give a private virtual cooking class because everybody on your video was sharing it, that's free marketing for you across the board. So instead of you worrying about how you're going to market your business, all you do is do these videos with these food banks and these nonprofit organizations and tell everybody you share it. If you share it, you get an hour or a 30-minute consultation with you on a cooking class virtually. Now you got all these people spreading your name all over the place. And then you capitalize on that. And keep in mind, you need to harness that energy, because as soon as this pandemic is over, everybody's gonna be calling you, because they don't want to do all the cooking. That's why they hired you in the first place. Only reason they hire you now because of everybody's social distancing, but they really want you in their kitchen. And the more you stay relevant in their lives, in their kitchens, you know, dropping those little cooking tips, do a lot of Facebook Live, Instagrams. Love the pictures that everybody's posting, but now people want to get to know the chef. And like I always tell folks, I want people to fall in love with the chef, not with the food and things. Get them to fall in love with the chef. And in order to make that happen, you guys have to let people see your personality on video. I know some of you guys like, I don't know about being in front of the video camera. Well, there's some new situations that pop up, and being virtual is where people get to see who you really are and your personality. They get to know you, and building relationships is going to help your business. So you can't run your business from behind a computer. So that way you have to let people see you, see your personality, get to know who you are, and things of that nature. The collaboration comes from when you're doing, I work with vegan chefs. I work with vegetarian chefs. I work with chefs that are specifically doing keto diet. Now, I'm not vegan, I'm not vegetarian, I'm not keto, but I may have clients that come across that says, you know what, I'm trying to do this diet and I want to go vegetarian, or I want to do gluten-free or anything like that. And you have to give them information. They look for you for that information. And if you have those chefs in your circle, it makes it so much easy to give them that information. The education, your continuing education. I'm involved with the ACF. So, and here's the thing, my chapter is in Daytona, but I sit in virtually on as many as I can. I've sat in on Charleston's class, on their chef meetings. I'm in Gainesville. I'm in Jacksonville now, but I go to Gainesville and I work with the chefs at the University of Florida when they're playing with different foods and things of that nature. They invite me to come in and learn from them. So this week we're working with a new product called Oomph. It's a plant-based product. So I get to go and learn from these guys. We already talked with the owners of the company and things of that nature. Same thing with the Personal Chef Association. You guys have such a network of chefs that do so many different things that you guys need to collaborate. So if somebody's in New York and somebody's in California and Florida, just figure out what everybody's doing. And that way, when a situation pops up in Florida, I know who to call. And I'm like, oh yeah, she said she did this when that happened to her. When her thing shut down, this is what she did. For me, that's a really big thing, collaborating with different chefs and learning from any and everybody, whether it's, the videos that are put out through your associations, a lot of podcasts on different subjects, but literally just collaborating with each other, talking to each other, because that's another relationship that you guys have to build. I know some of you guys have these strong bonds. You know everybody's on this feed. Y'all know each other. So just collaborate with each other with different techniques, different thoughts and ideas, because it may work for you in Ohio, but it's a good idea. I just have to change it up when it comes down to Florida. But as long as you have some ideas, and that's where the collaboration comes from. I have chefs call me all the time about ideas that they want to do. I just talked to a pastry chef, that wants to do virtual cooking classes. And I gave them how to do virtual cooking classes. And that's what the collaboration is all about. I worked with him many times when I was in Seattle. So that's what continuing education and collaboration is all about. Anybody have any questions?
Hold on, I'm coming. Yes, we do. Yes, we do, Chef. We do have some questions. From Sue. Hi, Sue. How are you?
Hi, Sue.
So whose pantry are you looking at and who is paying you? If other people can watch via social media, are they just watching to see what you would do if they were your client?
So I look into their pantry, the client's pantry, and I tell them how to put things together. Because here's the thing, as chefs, we know how to cook from scratch. As a client, they have everything you need to cook from scratch. So you look in their cabinet and say, hey, you have this, you have that, you can make this. They're used to cooking everything through a recipe. And as a chef, you look at it as how creative you can get. So they may have beans, they may have, some flour. You can teach them how to make, flatbread, whatever diet they're on. And keep in mind, whatever's in their cabinet, you don't have to worry about allergies or anything like that because it's in their cabinet. You can bring anything into their house. So it's all about what's in their cabinet. You have to be very, very creative with that. As far as who's paying, they're paying for it. And the way they pay for it, like for me, when people purchase my spices, that's paying for the class. Because all I gotta do is sit there and look at their pantry and talk to them.
So for all of us who don't have spice lines, Chef, how would we go about
charging for that?
Getting the appropriate fee, making it inviting? Because like you said, they bought your spices, so there's your connection.
Well, so there's a lot of chefs that are doing Eventbrites that you can do that. Now, what I have, so another thing I have that I would highly advise people, I love it. It's a portal. It's a Facebook portal. And the Facebook portal really follows you around the kitchen. But the other thing about it is you can bring on 8 people. So you can say you're doing a cooking class for 5 people, okay? You're doing it for 5 people, and you can charge them with whatever you want to charge them. And through Facebook, you click on their name and they pop up and they come to the class. And the reason I say 5 is because instead of maxing out at 8, when you do a good job teaching these 5 people how to cook, whatever you want to do, they're going to go back and tell everybody, hey, this was great, all these things, blase, blase. Then you're going to say, you know what? We got 2 more spots open this week. Now you can fill those spots up. And as soon as you fill those spots up and they're packed. There you go. You can start putting a series of cooking classes with all you need. If you don't have a portal, do it through Eventbrite. Once you do it through Eventbrite, just bring them on through do a Zoom. A lot of people are doing Zoom cooking classes.
Okay. Let's see. I've got some more from Chef Adam. What happens if a large number of people share your post and you're offering a free class? Isn't that a lot of time, or do you just see this as marketing time in dollars?
Well, that's what you want people to share, because all you're going to do is pick 1 or 2 people to come to your class. So you don't have to have everybody, but it's like buying a lotto ticket. You just hoping to win. Same thing with your cooking classes. They just hope to win this one-on-one with you. So if 75 people share it, that 75 people are helping your marketing, and you're going to do 1 or 2 people in your class. So it's all about marketing.
Okay, we've got some spice questions, but you're going to get to doing product here shortly, so I will hold on those. I guess during that time, you'll also just, Chef Arnaldo wants to know what kind of spices you have and if you can send to New Mexico if you purchase this. So I'm sure you'll cover that at the end.
Yes,
So
ma'am.
are there any more questions on this section with the classes and that? We will definitely make the connections afterwards for everybody with Chef Amadeus. So more thinking, but are we good? All right. And we'll get to the spice questions. Don't worry, I've got them, and we will definitely get to those. I'll let Chef get back to this, and I'll be back in shortly.
Okay. So the next thing I want to talk about is reconnecting with your clients. So when this thing broke, everybody lost connection. Everybody lost a connection, from clients to vendors to events, everything went. So now we're 3 months into it now. When you reconnect with your clients, the way you want to reconnect with them, it goes back to what I said earlier. You have to be relevant in their life. So go over what you've been cooking for them. Look at all their menus, all their things that the special requests and all those things there. And see where you can help them stay afloat until this gets over, okay? And the other thing too is, what I do, I'm always reconnecting with my clients through video chat, through social media, and then I call a lot of my clients just to check in on them. I send them texts. I send them a lot of just little tips on what's going on. You have to make your clients feel very special. So you can just do things just for your clients. No new clients, just the ones that you've been cooking for the last years and years and years. Send them little gift packages. Send them little gift packages. What I do here in Jacksonville is I'm into making my own sourdough bread now. And I've gotten good at it, making sourdough rolls, making pastas, and all these things here. And one of the things that I do is I'll make fresh pasta and I'll deliver it to some of my clients. Okay, I go to their house, I tell them, hey, I'm on my way. I have a package for you. Leave it on the front step. And what's really relevant about it is, it's not a product that you can buy. So like, I made some collard green pastas. I have a friend of mine has a farm, went to a farm. We made fresh collard greens and I made it into a pasta. Clients loved it. And they bought spices from me because they were like, what's in this? And I told them for them. I made sourdough rolls. They were like, oh my God, these are the best rolls I've ever had. And I served it and I gave them some butter. So if you take one of your products that's easy to make, whatever it is, and put it in, like I say, just a nice little package, and whether it's raviolis, whether it's, your favorite lasagna or whatever it is, take it over there and, let them have it. Because what's going to happen is that's something they're going to be craving after this is over with, and you're staying relevant. And they're going to be telling their other friends. See, that's what you want to do. You want to have your clients as your mouthpiece. Because the more that you talk, it's like, oh, they just talking noise, telling them how good they are and what they can do. But when your clients are speaking for you, it's like a symphony. And everyone loves a symphony. So take your favorite dish that your client loves, or across the board, and just make a big pan of it, cut it up into portion size, and deliver it to them, just once a week. Like, here, hey, I know you're busy or whatever. I know your family loves this lasagna or this chicken, caprese, whatever it is, and just drop that off to them. Just not the whole, trying to feed them for the whole week, but just to let them know that you care about them. Because relationships, that's the connection. They feel, because I know some of you chefs have been cooking for some of these folks so long, you're like part of their family. You've seen the kids grow up, the whole 9 yards. So this way you become deep involved with them. Like I remember having that lasagna or that dessert or whatever it is. So whatever product that you make for your clients that they love, the kids love and everything, make a little piece of that, reconnect with them doing that. The other way that I would really, really look for you guys to reconnect with them is don't go too long without having any contact with them. Any contact. Because the longer you go without having contact with them, they have the assumption that you're not cooking anymore, you're not doing your business anymore, you're waiting for all this other stuff to go through, and they won't call you because they have PE to teach, they have science, they have all these other things to work on, family life and all these things here. You're not on the top of their list, so they have to be on top of your list. And when you reach out to them, they're so excited that, oh my God, thank you for calling. I'm glad that you're doing okay. And let them know you're still cooking your dinners and your meals, the whole 9 yards. Just drop them off. So like I said, those are some things that can help you get reconnected. And when you see them on social media, and they post something about their family, tag it and say you like it. They know that you're involved with what they're doing. I think that's the biggest thing that I've been doing. And I've told a lot of my clients that are inspiring to be in this food industry is, building those relationships. Relationships goes further than a business card. And the more you stay connected with your clients, the more your clients will stay connected with you. Okay.
I'm back. Got one question from Chef Elizabeth Bourget. Hi, Chef Elizabeth. Hope you're doing well. Can you expand on what to do with the data that you collect from their old menus, besides what you just talked about, I guess, because you talked about making them something.
Wow, yes. So when you collect their data, that data is let you know what they're allergic to, what they like, what they don't like, what they like a lot, and what they don't like too much. Because I'm sure you guys are using. I guess a lot of them are using Martin Meals as their platform.
Yeah, so a number of chefs do use Modern Meal.
Okay.
Have some still on Menu Magic, our old software, and some use other things.
Right, but so what I want you to do is take that information, that data, and from a chef's standpoint, take those dishes and redo them with a twist to them. So now they're the same dish with a new twist on it. To them, it's like, wow, I would have never thought to put that on there. Okay, and when I say give them that wow factor and put a twist on it, I go back to my dessert I do, my banana foster. Everybody's done banana foster before, but now I do my banana foster with a roasted butternut squash. Amazing, creamy, the whole 9 yards. I took an old dish, revamped it, and my clients love that dish. So take that data and reinvent those same dishes that they love, the same flavors, all that stuff that they love, but add something different to it. And now you have two things that they can order from, and it's the same, it hits you in the same budget line as you did before. The other thing from that data is you want to make sure that, especially with the desserts, take those desserts, instead of making a big old cake like this, make little cake pops, make little smaller little things, bite size, and that's what you give them. Give them those things in appetizer forms, and now you can spread them around everybody, not just that one family that likes that one dish.
That's all for now. I got product questions, but I'm not going to ask those until you cover it.
Okay, so Become a Product is coming up next. All righty.
All right, I'll be back.
Okay. Okay, so become a product. become a product is, to me, is something that somebody wants, needs, and you are it. So when you are entwined with these families, you're their product. So anything that they need, you're it. I need anniversary. I need birthday. I need graduation. I need. You're the product that they want. They don't want any other product. They want you as the product. And when someone tells you, I want, price is not at the top of the list. At the top of the list is I want. And that's what you and your passion and your food and your cooking has to be. The I want, the product. My product, my spices are my product. Believe it or not, another product that you really don't realize is besides a product, your stories that you have been through, that's a product that they want. Because, like I said, once you become enthralled with these, with your clients, they want to know when you go to their homes and you do these dinners and everything like that, people like to ask questions a lot. Their guests want to ask you a lot of questions. So you're that product, okay? And being that product, you always have to be on point. You always have to represent yourself. And when I say represent yourself as that product, as that brand, everywhere you go, you have to represent that brand. I was walking, I was at my friend's restaurant and I had a t-shirt on. It said Chef Amadeus in the front, and on the back had about my spices. Some guy bought a set of my spices just by looking at my shirt, and he bought the whole set. We had a great conversation, talked about some different things. So when you guys are that product, that brand, it comes with responsibilities, and to make sure that you're in the right place at the right time. So one of the things that I do is I go to functions, and when people find out that I'm a chef, it's a conversation piece. So you're that walking conversation. I know some of you are like, well, when I'm done cooking for my family, whatever, I just want to relax and be me. Well, as a private chef, one of the things you don't get to do is you never know where your next client is coming from. And you may see them on a golf course, you may see them at the grocery store, you may see them, at a kid's recital or wherever it is. So you always have to be that product, that brand that people see and like, that's what I want. In the grocery stores, I picked up clients from the grocery stores because I've seen people looking confused, whether it's down the wine aisle, whether it's down the produce aisle, or the pasta aisle, anything like that. They looking confused, and they're like, okay, yeah, they need some help. When I lived in Seattle, everybody had to have a tote bag when they went to the store. Well, my tote bag said Chef Amadeus on it. And I've had people stop me in the grocery store to say, hey, you're a chef. Can you help me with this wine selection, or with this or with that? I help them. Didn't cost me anything. They know who I am. They see the thing, give them a business card, and they call you back to say, hey, I'm doing a dinner. Can you come and do this dinner for me? With your products, now is a good time to start a product line, because every state has what's called the cottage law. In Florida, you can make bread and pasta and spices, vinegars, jams, I think a couple of things, in your home without having a license, as long as you make less than $50,000. Think about that. So in all the states that you guys are located in, see what the cottage laws are, and make a pasta. Make something simple that can be mass produced with different flavors or whatever. And like I said, this may just help you get through, stay relevant with your clients, another stream of income with your clients, because once your clients try them, they're gonna let other people know about them. That's very important. But you have to always make sure that you're giving them something that represents you. So whatever your dishes are or anything like that, check the college laws and see what you can package at your house. And you can go ahead and sell that to your clients as well during this slow time. Because some people, and I have one client that is a big fan of something that I make, and I make it for them from at least every 3 months, just to say, if I don't see them a lot, I take it to them and say, hey, here's this dish that you like. Oh yeah, that's right, do that. And they'll tell you, hey, we got something coming up. Would you do the dinner for us? I have guys that go hunting. They want me to cook their meat that they get from the hunting. Now, that's another stream of income. So you always have to figure out who's going to need your product, who's going to need you to go with them and get that stream of income. So whether they're hunters, whether they're moms, trying to put together all kind of crazy things, like this graduation season. Myself and another chef, we did some really creative things for graduation. So what we were doing was, because you don't have to have social distance, everything's being done, the graduation is done virtually. So cook food, put it in nice little boxes, and we cater for them. But we're not going inside, we just drop it off to them. And that's what they want. And remember this, always get ready for your season, because you guys are now in a position where you're not working as much as you used to. You guys now have to switch over to something I do, because I don't do meal preps. But what I do, I go to people's homes and I catch them a season before. So right now it's summertime. So I've been hitting them up about a month or two ago about barbecues, Dutch oven cookings, and all those things there. Well, halfway through summer, my mind switches over to holiday season. And as you guys know, during holiday season, you got to put together the calendar that says school starts real soon. Okay? So what are these moms going to need to get through this again? And if the pandemic is still going on when school starts, here's your opportunity to really get them to say, hey, don't forget, we still doing meal preps. You're the product, put it in front of them. They're not coming looking for you. You're like, hey, they're looking for you, but they don't have time to go look for you. So you gotta, your list of clients that you have, you gotta hit them up and say, hey, watch the news and say what's going on, what's gonna be open and what's not gonna be open. If they say school is gonna continue to be done homeschool, then you hit them up at least a month before so they can get ready. They don't have to worry about cooking because you have them all set, ready to go for a whole new meal plan for the school year. And your meal plan now may include a breakfast, lunch, and dinner versus a dinner or a lunch or anything like that. So those are the kind of things that you need to start thinking about before they start thinking about it, because the families are thinking about day-to-day things. They don't have time to think about what's happening in September. They finally get out of school, summer, and now they're going to that. And they're not going to summer camp. Some summer camps are opening, but some parents like, I'm keeping my kid close at home with me because I don't want him or her around all these other families. So I'm gonna keep them at home. That's where you step in and say, okay, we're gonna do some summer things, some summer menus for the kids. And what I would do is give them recipes where the kids can get involved and have the mom and daughter do that. You give them a simple recipe for kids and work them together. Now you're that product that they want. And you just keep developing these recipes that kids and parents can do together. And that's how you're going to stay very relevant, productive, and another stream of income coming in. Because not only will they be using that mommy and kid time food for that, they still want to have, their lunch and their dinner done, and they don't want to be cooking. So, okay.
Back. Hi, everybody. First, I just want to share a point that Chef Elizabeth made, so not a question, but it is a valid point, that the income is small for many full-time personal chefs when it comes to the product areas. She suggests they can create a separate business for their cottage law products. So that's a suggestion from Chef Elizabeth.
Okay.
But I do have spice questions. So we have, I'll kind of put them all together and you can talk.
Okay.
So from Chef Moshi, she has a spice line, exotic spices from Africa. She makes them herself from scratch. She wants to know how you market your spices. Do you sell them to grocery stores? Along the same line from Chef Adam is how you got started. Did you begin to create and market it from your home? He'd like you to elaborate. And Chef Arnaldo wants to know what kind of spices you have and if you'll send them to New Mexico if he buys them.
Okay, so first of all, I want to thank you guys for having me a part of this this little platform. I've had a blast doing it and excited to talk to other chefs. So as far as let's go with the grocery stores. I don't have them in grocery stores, and here's why. When you put them in grocery stores, it sounds all glamorous. Oh, I got my spices in this grocery store. But then you have to understand this. If they don't sell, they're going to pull them because you're taking up space. Okay? So I sell a lot of my products through my website at chefamadeus.net. I sell them at my events when I'm doing dinners, when I'm doing guest appearances. I sell them when I do, I promote them through Facebook when I do my Facebook Lives. If you follow me on Facebook at Amadeus Chef, you'll see that I do these live. And I'm on Instagram at Chef Amadeus. The grocery stores are good, but you have to produce so many of them and you have to market them. And the stores don't market your product for you. They put them in there and they watch what the sales are. Now, you can do farmers markets, you can do, those type of things, but you have to be very aggressive with that. For me, I love my spices. I have 3 of them. There's the Little Bump. The Little Bump is the one that I first started with, and I was doing that over 20 years ago, making it at my mom's kitchen. I was making it in my mom's kitchen. And then when I moved to Seattle, I had a company that would blend it for me. And then I came up with the Chino 5. And then now I have the Southern Rub, which is for ribs and grilling and things of that nature. So I have 3 of them. And those 3 can be used through from an appetizer to a dessert. So that's the grocery store thing. I mean, if you think you can push that much product and you have that many followers and going in there doing demos and the whole 9 yards, then by all means put them in the grocery store. Now you may want to start them off in a boutique spice shop. That's another way you can go. And that when you can go in there and do some demos on the weekend and promote your spices that way. And how I got started with the spices was, okay, I was looking, I like spicy food, but I don't like spicy food that has no flavor to it. It's just straight heat. So I came up with Little Bump. It's no salt in it. It's just all herbs and spices. And then as I got more and more into cooking and Seattle and everything like that, I came up with this thought because I became more of a brand, especially when I won on the Food Network. I became more of a brand. So my thing was, if I'm going to be cooking as much as I am, I'm not going to be promoting other people's spices unless they pay me to promote their spices. Okay? So that's what the brand is. You are the brand. So if you have your line of spices, whenever you go do a demo to promote your spices, you make sure the only label people see is your label and your spices. Even if you have a bottle of water on the thing, take that label off. If you have some oil, put it in a squeeze bottle. You don't want anybody else's label on there because they're not paying you to promote their products. That's why if you have a large product line, you put all that on the stage with you, and that's all you put on there. Everything else, the label comes off. The other thing too is, if you're looking at doing product, keep this in mind. If you touch it more than 3 times, you should get paid for it. So if you're using a particular product, let's say a seasoned blend that you like, now you need to come up with your own blend that's similar to that with your different flavors, and that's what you're going to use. You're not going to use, Lawry's seasoned salt. You're going to make your own special blends. So now everybody knows you for that sauce, for that seasoning. Did I leave out anything? Oh, New Mexico.
Spices to Chef Arnaldo in New Mexico.
Yes. Anything in the 50 states, I got you. And the big thing that I want to leave with you guys is, collaboration. I know a lot of the chefs in your organization, and everyone that I've came in contact with, I've built collaborations with, from Laura up in Seattle to Lester up in Boston. Just if I need things, they help me out, and I help them out with different things. So product identification is another thing that I've gotten a lot of help from a lot of the chefs in the USPCA. So just continue to collaborate with each other, and you guys aren't not like in a competition with anybody. So just share your knowledge. If something happens and you get through it, let people know that something happened and this is how you got through it. Because you don't want people to be out there all alone like, man, I'm stressing because this never happened to me. It never happened to you, but I guarantee it happened to somebody else. So.
Fantastic. Any other questions from anybody? Questions? Chat? No? Okay, well, great. So Chef Amadeus, you want to go through one more time your website, social media, how the chefs can get in touch with you if they have any further questions or want your product shipped to
New Mexico. So so you can reach me. So my website is chefamadeus.net. I'm on Instagram at Chef Amadeus. On Facebook, I'm at Amadeus Chef. That's where I'm at most of the time. My phone number, I'm gonna give you my phone number. It's 206-683-5075. 206-683-5075. And I would love to talk to any and all of you for any reason, anytime. I love relationships. I travel a lot, so I love meeting new chefs as I travel around the country. And I'm also using chefs when I do relaunch my Southern Passion Lounge, where I bring chefs on and we talk about what's going on right now. So if you guys would give me your information, I would love to have you on my show.
Okay, well, everybody, thank you, Chef Amadeus. Though I can't see all of you, it was good to see your names. I hope everybody's doing well and staying healthy. Remember, we're always here for you, so don't hesitate to give us a call. Chef Amadeus, again, thank you very much.
Not a problem.
I do not have the information for next week's webinar, so I'm sure Larry will be getting that out shortly. So thank you, everybody, and have a great evening and stay well.